Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets come into today's game looking for a way to pick up win number 10 on the season. It's the Dolphins going up against the Jets. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got an AFC East matchup between the Miami Dolphins and our home team. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League. They'll give it to him right up the gut. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down. Give him 16 on the pickup. That's good for a Jets first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They'll look to throw here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And now a peek at the starters on the defensive side. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that, because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then, because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3, you may not find any space. And on that play, there was zero space, no gain.
And nobody was open downfield there. Looked like a pretty clear throwaway.
Yeah, definitely was that. I'm wondering why there wasn't intentional grounding. I know they're saying there's a receiver there in the area. Those down quarterbacks, they get away with everything.
Spoken like a true defensive back, Mr. Davis.
Did that come out?
It did.
Okay.
He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and that brings up fourth down.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. They'll look to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when your running back can catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
Nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
Second down now after the pass completion. Play clock winding down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
And this one is right through. And the Dolphins are going to tie the score at 3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. So out now come the Jets. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. No gain on the play there. Second down. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. In the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get hooked and let a running back get outside, because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. Third down now following the run. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
One of the selling points of the end route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. A couple of Dolphins in on the stop.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Looking to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. So we're trading field goals here in the opening half. No breakthrough yet on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
And really, I like what I've seen from both of these defenses thus far. Both have been a little more aggressive than I expected. And I think that's reflected in what we see on the scoreboard, which is no touchdowns to this point.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So now here come the Dolphins. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough. One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 6-3, that's our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And they'll run it here. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a play fake here on first down. And a throw right sideline is complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Now for the point after. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Call it a gain of 3, and it's a second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds. And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and got some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And he'll give it here to his running back. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Dolphin football. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. Couple of Jets there in on the stop.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense. Now back to throw. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. 10 yards still left on second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up a third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins defense, they get set to go here. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3 and out. See if they can get some more of that.
And ordinarily, you want to be on the field playing, right? But 3 and out, that's almost gold to a defense. Get to the bench, get some rest, turn the ball over to your offense.
We'll see what they can do here, see if they can force another 3 and out. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job. To hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people. You can almost see the wheels turning for the offensive coordinator there. Edge pressure you want to use against them. Oftentimes when they get into the backfield, they're disrupting things. But if they get there too quickly, you can actually slip the ball to a runner and get past them. That didn't happen on that play, though.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Taking it about the 36. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And this throw will be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down, just 1 yard to go. And a give this time to the tailback. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job. Defensively, they knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. They'll look to throw now on first down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Green 39! Green
39! They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here we go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. They'll set up a throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And a gain there of 11 yards.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 39. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you down the coast to Orlando where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Jets haven't had the same success as last week through the air. The Dolphins' defense obviously has something to do with that and should be credited. All right, let's do this. Here's the first half highlights. Now 1st and 10, pass coverage will break down here. And this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. Dolphins go up by 4. Now midway through the second, the catch will be made in double coverage, and he'll end up at the 25-yard line before being tackled. The offense would later throw a pick to end the drive.
All right, thank you, Larry. Plenty of intrigue to come. One-point game as we get set for half two. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jets defense as they ready themselves. They are down on the scoreboard as we begin the second half and looking to avoid a bigger deficit.
And I can... Just hear the coaches now. I can hear the head coach. Guys, first 5 minutes, first series of the second half, offense or defense, you've got to set the tone.
They'll try to set that tone here. They go play action here on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Some pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They'll set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. There he goes right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
They'll look to throw. Surveying the field. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Back to throw here. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And ready for 3rd and 6. The play clock's running down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And now the offense operates in the red zone. He'll look to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He leaps over him. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And his kick here is good. And the lead is cut to 2 now. It's 15-13. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. That one good for 15 and a first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Yeah, quick throw here, that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And this week, as the numbers show, just not as crisp. I don't know what it is, arm strength or what, but just not the same as last week, right?
One of the things we noticed last week was the ability to look off defenders. You know, look in one direction to set them up, move them in that spot, and then come back in the opposite direction and hit open receivers. Today, what we're seeing is him just kind of locking on to people. Okay, here it is. I'm just going to
touchdown. Their big tight end, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll set up a throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough Just bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Let's go. Blue landing. Blue landing.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now a play fake here on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
I think what we're seeing today, partner, is what happens when you have a really good game the previous week. You get a lot more attention from the defensive coordinator. It looks to me like they spent a lot of time figuring out tendencies, how they get him the football, and adjusting accordingly.
Well, they've adjusted, and the numbers certainly show that. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is brought in at the 21. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Double tight, double tight. We got four. We got four. Hang on now.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And they'll go on the ground. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Partner, that defensive win reminds me of something a coach of mine used to say all the time. If you really want it, you'll find a way to go get it. And the defense did exactly that.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They're going to look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Looking to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain, and it's 2nd down. And he's back here in the struggle department in this one like he was a week ago. And, partner, I think you can pin some of this on that O-line, that room to run just not there.
You mentioned last week that it felt like the offensive line was getting beaten to the punch by the guys across the ball.
Well, it was pretty evident, I thought.
I mean, they were off the ball fast, penetrating, getting into the offensive backfield, really spilling a lot of runs before they got started. So I thought your observation was spot on then, and you're right there again this week. Same thing is happening, not able to get started because they're not able to control the point of attack. Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Now, this will be the 9th play on this drive. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And the seemingly endless drive continues. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. 3-19.
He'll drop to throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Let's go. 3-19.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. 7 yards remain now on 3rd down. The gun. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And now they're in the hurry-up. To throw now on 1st down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
What terrifies defense. When they see slant routes thrown, is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. That's a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
All right, here we go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Remember how much we enjoyed watching him last week?
It's the same thing this week. Look at those numbers.
I'd hate to be a defender right now because no matter what they're throwing at him in terms of coverages, he's finding ways to defeat it. And even when he's covered, he's not covered. Hey, what is he doing? What's that term they use? He's uncovering and making big catches. Really fun to watch.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
His throw caught at about the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They come out here in the eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because then you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the Jets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And on the ground they go with a running back. And now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. All right, here we go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
Let's go.
Back to throw. From the left side, it's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow. So how many practices have we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there?
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion.
Let's go. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down. He's back to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a 1st down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. And they're going to speed things up here. And now the spike comes with 15 seconds on the clock. So 2nd and 10 here. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This one taken just inside the 10. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage. And time is going to expire in this football game. So we saw a lot of points. Overtime comes. The defenses, they clamp down.
Rather amazing, isn't it? Because would you have even thought that we get to overtime after what we witnessed for 4 quarters?
Not at all.
And have 0 points on either side? Not a chance, right? And somehow it happened. We always talk about making adjustments. Maybe both defenses took 4 full quarters in order to get an adjustment. Got 1 good period in for both defenses, and now they go home. You buying tonight?
I thought it was you. I did last week. I did the last 2 weeks.
Oh, I was trying to go for 3.
Dinner on you, my good
Trying
man.
to go for 3.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. We focus our attention now on the Jets defense. Play fake here on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Well, you never know what you're going to expect when you come to the stadium to call a game. Sometimes you get good ones. Sometimes you get bad ones. Sometimes you get great ones. And that's what we had here. What an exciting finish on that last big play.
And I think that as we look at it, when you're talking about a great finish, which went along with a game that obviously was dramatic because we did get into overtime, what type of play calls do you have left? What have you not shown? Or what have you made an adjustment to what you've worked on all the way through that's going to give you the play we saw to win the game? Because I know everyone's thinking that that was something that they just drew up. It might have been something they've been working on, and now they got the right matchup.
So for the Dolphins, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the home team here, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.